Joe Biden is the current president of the United States of America and the 46th man to be given the country's highest honor. After officially taking over the duties from former President Trump on January 20th, 2021, people across the country have been eagerly awaiting and hoping he'll make some significant changes. As we know, any changes that do happen won't take place overnight, so it's only fair you give the guy some time in office before anything really happens. I mean, come on, man. Yet the same could be said for anything, whether it be a plan to start a business, make changes to laws, or potentially take over an entire country. This is going to be a very interesting one, folks. Today on Life's Biggest Questions, we're asking, what if Joe Biden is the last president? Make sure to smash that like button and let's get right into it. Now, the most realistic and logical answer to this question could potentially be one of two things. They either change the name from president to something else, maybe leader, prime minister, royalty. Who knows what they decide to go with. That doesn't mean there is never someone in power again like the president, it just simply means they have a different name. It's also possible the vice president just becomes the president and they decide the role of president is no longer needed, combining both positions and sticking with the other name. Of course, someone would need to be the backup plan should anything happen, as that's normally the vice president's duty, but we're splitting hairs here. All in all, it seems the most logical way that Joe Biden is the last president is simply if, for whatever reason, the government agrees following his term, the position's name is changed from president to whatever else. Why they make this decision, I couldn't tell you, but they do, and that's that. Now we get to have some fun and look at some of the craziest hypotheticals that, although seem impossible, well, who knows? Given what happened on January 6th at the Capitol building, with people literally rioting with weapons, I guess to take over the Capitol? I'm not really sure what the intentions were, but regardless, it's clear that some of the country's people aren't too thrilled with the election results. We've seen how divided the country truly appears to be over the last couple of years now, so it is quite possible that there is another civil war of sorts, leading to Joe Biden being the last president of the United States of America. Moving forward, he'd be the president of the not-so-United States. Huh? You get it? Alright. So if the country literally divides, then it's possible both sides agree they no longer want a president, but opt for some other sort of leadership, whether that be a communal type government, or one person taking control under a different name. Now, going off this idea of the country being divided and split into two new countries, to no surprise, they inevitably both become weaker in regards to everything. Military, finances, just take the United States and cut it in half. Still a powerful country, but not nearly what it once was. And of course, if there was a civil war, I don't think the country would necessarily be split evenly right down the middle, but for the sake of this video, we'll say they do. Given the hostile relations the United States currently has with numerous other countries, including heavily weaponized countries such as China, North Korea, and Russia, who's to say one of these countries don't attack? They could see the now divided, much weaker, two newly formed countries, together formerly known as the United States of America, as bigger targets. They're not as powerful as the United States once was, and this leads to an attack, potentially a takeover. What I'm getting at is the United States has a civil war, the country gets split into two, and then a country such as North Korea, Russia, or China just decides to roll in and take over. Wouldn't be very tough. Now, going off this idea of another country taking over, there doesn't necessarily have to be a civil war for that to happen. We know that when Trump was president, he authorized the killing of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, which the supreme leader of Iran has sworn the country will avenge. And although the supreme leader claims to want vengeance of Trump and anyone involved in the attack, at the end of the day, sometimes you can make an ally out of a common enemy. China isn't on the best terms with the United States, and it's unclear what relations are like between Biden and Putin, as well as Kim Jong-un in North Korea. So, if Iran, wanting revenge on the United States as a whole, decided to team up with North Korea or Russia, or all three decided to band together and attack, well, to assume that we'd just win World War III would be wrong. We don't know what countries have what weapons. So what I'm getting at here is, even without a civil war, it's possible that a third world war breaks out, and from that, we find ourselves under new leadership. Definitely not a president. Of course, that's under the impression that we do lose the war, but assuming we have the support from the majority of the rest of the world, at least I hope, then I don't think there's too much to worry about. All in all, guys, the odds of Joe Biden being the last president is slim to none. Given that it's tradition dating back to June 21st, 1788, more than 230 years ago, I don't see this title going anywhere anytime soon. Unless some impending disaster does occur, such as the previously mentioned World War, or a hostile takeover, which again, I find incredibly unlikely. Wouldn't be too concerned. Now, as always, guys, let us know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. For now, let's reply to some comments from the video. What if Titanoboa snake, Megalodon shark, and Cthulhu were real? Marathon. CK92 said, I wish these beasts were part of the Godzilla Monsterverse. They would make it even more awesome. I'm sure they'll keep expanding it. Like, given what they've been doing, because it's like a new verse, like it's only like, I think, like 4 or 5 movies in now, I'm sure they'll make similar type monsters. Diverse Joe said, what if the dodo bird still existed? I saw a few people actually like that comment, and we did a video on that. So just search the channel, you'll find it. We did it like, I think a year ago or 2 years ago maybe. Terminator156 said, what if Jason Voorhees was in the Walking Dead world? That's a great question. That'd be fun. So maybe we will do that. And Terminator156, just shout out to you because you comment a lot. So I just want to say I personally appreciate you. So thank you. Anyways, guys, that's all for this one. Been your host, Jared Bronstein. Smash that like button, and we'll see you guys soon. Stonks. Stonks. Joe Biden is currently the current. I feel like my head's getting cut off. I don't know why I said it like that. I feel like it looks like a condom in my head because of this hat.